Hey, in this video, I'm going to show you how to edit your photo booth template. So the first thing that we are going to start with is by editing the colors. So we're going to go into the site tab and we're going to go into the design settings. Under design settings, you have your color palette here. So let's say that you want it to keep the black and the white, but you want it to update these ones here. For the dark blue, you could just click on the dark blue and you can go ahead and update your hex color and then it'll change that dark blue on the website. You can also do that with the fonts as well. To upload your font, you're going to want to go into the font tab, and these are the active fonts that are on this template. You can click on the drop down here to add another font that will be available. And you can also add your own custom font. You will want to upload it as a .wolf file. And to do that, you can go into Font Squirrel so that it can convert it over. Once you do that, then you're going to want to go into your media library, upload that wolf file, and then go back into design settings and you will see it here. And then you can go ahead and click on it and it will become an active font. Once you have your active fonts over here in site styles, you can go ahead and decide what you want your title, your heading, your subheader, your menu, or your paragraph font to be. Let's say that you wanted your header to be maybe blue all the time, then you can go ahead and click that. And then you can adjust the sizes. Now you can also do this in the template itself. You don't necessarily have to do it here, but you do want to upload your fonts if you have different fonts that you would like to use. Okay, so that is how you would update the colors. The next thing that you're going to want to do is update your logo. So let's go ahead and click into the logo. So the first thing that you'll notice is that there are some lines across this canvas. A canvas is basically a section. So this is a canvas, this is a canvas, this is a canvas. And you can see that there's lines here to denote which ones are the different canvases. So this has lines across it. This does not. So when I click into this one, I can just click into the text. This one, I have to do some, I can't really click into it. So here on the left-hand side, you see that it's saying edit main menu. This is a site canvas. And so that means that if you're editing this menu, you're going to edit it on every page that it's attached to. Once you click on main menu on the right-hand side here, you're going to see that this is linked to all of these different pages here. You'll see that it's not linked to home 2 and it's not linked to coming soon. So I'm actually going to go back to the main site by clicking that, and I am going to go into pages. I'm going to go into home 2 so that I can show you what this one looks like. So this one's not attached, so I can just go in and I can edit this very quickly. I didn't attach this because it's a different home page. So if you wanted to use this home page, you'll just have to make this a site canvas. Okay, and in order to do that, you can, let me go back here. In order to do that, you would go into page, and you would say convert to site canvas. Once you have it as a site canvas, then under site, you can go down here and you can add it to the canvas set, but you'll see it here under site canvases. Okay, so now let's go back to the home. So the first thing that you're going to want to change is likely your logo. So we're going to click main site and we are going to edit the site canvas. So click on the logo, and then under image, you can go ahead and click on the logo again. And this is going to bring you to your media library where you can go ahead and upload your logo and then go ahead and select it and it will update. Now, if you need to edit it, edit the size, then you can do that here by doing this. And you might need to mess with the size right here to fill, contain, stretch, or scale. Now that you have your logo, you may want to change the menu. And if you do want to change the menu, you can go ahead and change it. Let's say you wanted to change this about, and let's say that the name is like really long. You do want to make sure that you stretch this out. And then I would just move everything over. Now this name is going to be a little too long. So what you could do is you could do enter, and you can make it like a double line like this. And now In order to get these all to line up perfectly, you can highlight them all. And now the alignment has opened up over here, and we're going to go into distribute, and we're going to click on that, and that's going to allow them to all be aligned. Now, there's a whole bunch of different ones here. Just click around, see what works. If not, you can go to the Showit Help Center to see exactly what these do. But yeah, there's a lot of good options here. But usually, if you are just going with the template, you're not going to have to do all that because this is designed for you. So if you are creating a page from scratch, yeah, you might have to use this, but likely you won't have to do that. So let me just go back. Okay, so the other thing that you're going to want to do is change the click action. So for the about page, you go to click actions, and this is saying if somebody clicks on it, what action are we taking here? So the type, so it's going to a page, and then here, what page, it's going to about. And so you can go ahead and change that. So for this button here, you do want to make sure that you do that for the square as well, so that people click on the square, because sometimes they don't click on the text contact. So you want to make sure that that is set up as well if you do, change the button. Okay, so now we're going to get out of here. We're going to click into the Canvas tab, and then we are going to go to menu, main menu, and now we are back. So then that should be updated. The next thing that we're going to go into is the announcement bar. And so if we click on the Instagram icon, click actions is going to pop up, and this is already set up as the type. Instead of page, it's a social link. Where is it linking to? It's linking to Instagram. To set this up, you are going to go into site, under site settings, under social, and here is where you would go ahead and enter your different links. Once you have that set up, you won't have to go and set this up, because now this is just going to pull. Okay, next. Text. So here it says located in Detroit, Michigan. If you are not located in Detroit, Michigan, you want to change that. So you can just click on it, go ahead and update it. If you want it to change any of the settings for this, you can go into text style. If you want it to make it bold, you can go ahead and bold it by highlighting all of it, and then you can hit, there's like a little menu here too where you can bold it, italicize if you wanted to add a link. You can also do that over here. There are different settings for the desktop and the mobile. So generally when you see the interface, it's going to have both of these up. If you just want to see mobile or desktop, you'll just click on here. That's usually how I have it, and that's why I started like that, because I'm just so used to clicking on just desktop only and then going into mobile. But you can definitely have both of these up. You do want to make sure that if you are making changes to this, like let's say your name is, or your location is a little bit longer, what you'll see is it's going to update it in the mobile, and you can see it's added a second line, but then now it's all the way at the bottom. So what we want to do is extend this out a little bit. And if you wanted this all to be centered, then first you actually want to adjust this text to account for that extra line. And then you can grab everything and you can hit align to canvas. So now that's going to align, and that's going to align. So that's how you would do that. And let's just go back. Okay, perfect. So now let's go back into Canvas, click over to the main menu, and now we're back. So now that should be updated. Now let's go ahead and add a photo here. So then you would just go ahead and click on this picture, and you can go ahead and add your photo. If you need to move this over, you can use this position here to move it over. So there we go. If you wanted to, you could make it bigger. Like let's say that you wanted it to kind of come out this way. You could do something like that if you wanted to. This right here is also an image in the background, so you want to update that as well. You can go into effects and you can change the opacity if you wanted to do that to make it a little bit lighter. And then make sure that you are taking a look at mobile as well. So mobile has its own design, but you will want to make sure that you're updating it, especially once you get into text. So like say for instance, if your text is running over on a third line, then you're going to have to edit it over here as well. Okay, so now that we have that edited, this is the background right here. So if you click on this, this is actually the canvas background. And I just have this as like a paper type of texture, but you can go ahead and click on it and you can add your own texture. You can remove it and you can have none. You can have an image, you can have a video. Okay, so next we have our photo booth rentals, and it just has two different rentals here. But let's say that we didn't want that there, and maybe we saw something else on the site. So let's go into home too. Let's say that I really like this section and I would like that section instead. What I'm going to do is go back into home and I'm going to go into page. I'm going to click on these three dots, and the two options up here are add a canvas or a section from your library or add a blank one. If you add a blank one, it's going to add a blank one at the bottom here. So here it is. And let's say that I wanted to move it up here underneath the header. I could go ahead and do that. And let's just say I just wanted to create something from scratch. I could, right? So I could go ahead and add an image. I could go ahead and add my text. Another thing that you can do for text is instead of adding it like that, you could go into another section and hit Control C on your keyboard and then go into this new section and hit Control V, and it will go ahead and add it there. So that's kind of like a hack there, so you don't have to keep on adding new text. So if you wanted to add a new section, you could. If you wanted to rename that section, you can rename it over here. You don't necessarily need to do that, but just for organizational purposes so that you can get into different sections. So here, I'm going to go ahead and just delete this. And instead, I'm going to go back into three dots and I'm going to add from library. Now, adding from library, you can add from the current site. You can add from your site. So if you have other sites, I have a lot of other sites because I'm a designer. You can add from your library, so your shared library, if you've gotten some shared keys. You can also add from the Showit library. So I want to actually add from the current site. I'm going to go into my page, Home 2, and I'm going to take this Services We Offer section. And so now it just has that section here, and I'm going to go ahead and hit Add. So Services We Offer, I see it. It's been added to the bottom. So now what I'm going to do on this right hand side is I'm going to move it right underneath header. And I'm going to remove this section right here. So our booths, I'm going to click on the three dots. I'm going to hit delete. Perfect. So now I have Services We Offer, and I'm going to go ahead and edit this text, and I'm going to add my photos. So then I'll go ahead and click to add my different photos. And actually, since it's services, I'm not going to show the booths. I will just show people. So here we need to edit this. And I think that's good. And then we can go ahead and edit the text here. And then for book now, we need to edit the click action for where that is going. So now tailored photo experiences for every occasion. So then you can go ahead and edit these. Or again, if you wanted to add another section, you can go ahead and do that. Now we're getting into the CTA. your call to action. You should have a call to action on every page that is calling the person to a certain action. What do you want them to do? So in this case, we want them to book online if we do have a booking system where they're able to book online, or contact us. And you can also use the wording book online, even if they're not able to do it immediately. You could also do something like inquire now if you just have a form that they're filling out. And so then you would just go ahead and click on this and then go ahead and edit the CTA. If you didn't want to have that CTA there, then under site canvases, because this is a part of the menus here, you can just take it out. So here you can click on these three dots and you can hit remove so that the CTA is not a part of every single page if you didn't want to have that CTA there. And then you would just, edit the footer. Let me go into this footer actually. So here, this is just a image that I have here now, or no, actually no, this is the social grid settings. I can sometimes I just add an image there. This was before they had the social grid settings and templates, but I actually have it here. So what you could do is you can do fallback images. So these are all fallback images, which means that instead of pulling from your Instagram feed, like let's say that you don't have maybe like a curated feed, you can just go ahead and like add some images here, so that it looks nice. And every single time when people go to your website, they're going to see those same images instead of it updating to say like whatever your feed is looking like. But then when they click on it, it's going to go to your Instagram page. So it's a really nice way to keep your website cohesive with the same type of look, especially if your Instagram page isn't necessarily following that. So then you can go ahead and update that here. And then for the bottom page right here, the site canvas, or sorry, the copyright, you'll want to go ahead and update this with your name. You can update this with your terms and conditions, your policy, and this has site design by Build Your Best Website. You can change that if you want to. If you don't want to have that there, if you do want to keep that there, I would love that to have that there so that people can buy my template. But that's completely up to you since now this is your template. Let's go back. Okay, so now, and so here's your terms and here's your policies. You do definitely want to make sure that you update this. I give you a link here on where you can do that at. So here's some free generators for your policies and your terms, and then also making sure that you have your cookies notice, which is like a little pop-up that comes up that says like how we're using your information. You definitely want to have that stuff on there. Here is the coming soon page. So if you wanted to have this up, you can go ahead and fill this out. You would set this as the home page, and then you would go ahead and hit publish. And then that way, when people go to your website, then they'll see this coming soon page. And while you are working on the website, you can go ahead and work on it. So you don't have to hit publish every single time to see your changes. You can actually just go right into preview, and you'll have this preview link that is an actual link that you can view. So then you can see exactly what it looks like, which is pretty cool. So definitely use that. What else? Oh, Instagram links. If you want to have an Instagram link page, you could do that. So on Instagram, you can link them to this page, and they can have like a short menu of items. Yeah, I think that is basically it. If you have any other questions for me, if you want me to walk you through something, I am definitely happy to do that. This template has a lot of different pages, a lot of different layouts, depending on how you are trying to set up your page, FAQs, backdrop gallery, and I am creating a blog page where you can have your recent galleries. This isn't out yet, but I am in the middle of creating it. The desktop version is done. I need to do the mobile version. I'm almost finished with that. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions. I'm definitely happy to answer them.